What's up everybody? In today's video I'm going to show you how I painted Venom from Doses 3D using a Xenothor-ish method. I think it's called Doses 3D. So I ran across this new Patreon account, or at least new to me, Doses 3D, and he has several different models over there that are very nice, very well detailed, and I did put you a link in the description so you can go over there and check him out. So if you're not familiar what a Xenothor paint method is, it's basically where you paint a model a whole entire color like a base shadow, and then you're painting a lighter color over the top of it from a light source point of view. And what you get is a lot of highlights in a shadow based model. And I use this Venom model for this paint method because it's perfect for it, and you'll understand what I'm talking about when you see the model itself. So let's take a look at it, shall we? All right, everybody, this Venom just come up off of the printer. I just pulled it off, and just take a look at the detail on this. I haven't taken the supports off yet, but this thing printed out just excellent. It's got a lot of detail in there. It looks to be around a 1/6 scale. This is the leg. I actually took the supports off. They actually broke off. I mean, they just come off very easily. But you can see the detail like in the feet. And I'm really, really satisfied with the print. All right, so the arms just finished up. I'm gonna take these off the build plate. It does look like I have a little bit of an issue with one of the hands here, one of the fingernails. Yeah, it does. So anytime it does something like this with the supports, it's an indication to me that there's a problem with the FEP. It's probably dirty, probably needs to be changed out. So I'm going to change this out, and I'll definitely reprint that. It just basically flattened the claws here and elevated the supports, didn't go all the way down. But other than that, the other arm looks like it turned out really good. All right, now it's time to go into the drink. All right, everybody, so here we have the Venom by Doses 3D. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but I think his real name is Xavier. This is all put together, and in primer, this thing was kind of tough to put together. It was a little difficult in some parts making it fit with each other, but I managed pretty good. And the size of this piece, I thought it was more of a 1/6, but once I got it all together and realized how big Venom is in the comics, this is more closely related to either a 1/9 or a 1/10 scale. And I even had trouble fitting everything onto the build plate on the Mono X. So this is going to be a pretty simple paint job as far as laying down the base. And I'm actually going to use this ink right here that I've used in a lot of my models. I really like how it applies to the model, and it sticks very, very good, and it does not hide any of the detail whatsoever. All right, so the base color's down, and you'd think it would have taken no time at all since it's one color, but because of all the twists and turns and cracks and crevices in here, it was pretty tough in getting everything, having to hold the model different angles and everything to make sure that all areas were covered. So it took a while, and it took a pretty good amount of ink. I think I probably went through probably about half of this right here, just in that base right there. So the next thing that I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to seal it, and that way I can handle it a little bit better without getting any smudge marks or any types of fingerprints on the model itself. And then after that, I'm going to go into a 2-stage Xenothor paint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a really dark blue on it, and then a lighter blue, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and do some shading before I paint the white in the eyes and on the teeth and do all the detail work and everything like that. But it covered really well, and I think you guys are going to be surprised by the outcome of it. I'm hoping the Xenothor paint will work, so let's stay tuned, all right? Just to kind of give you a little bit of glimpse of it with the base paint on here and the ink, it covered really well. The one thing about this ink is when it dries, it gives it almost a type of metallic gray finish, which is very, very cool. I noticed that whenever I did the Null statue in this ink, and it's really, really nice, covers well. It hides a lot of blemishes if you have them, like a lot of little faint print lines. It covers all that really well. I did have a few in here that I couldn't get to. As you can see, the model, the base and everything, it's just a lot of twisties, and I call them twisties, a lot of twisties and turns and stuff in there, and a lot of undercuts that you have to get up into there by holding the model at different angles and so on and so forth. But I'm getting ready to seal it now. All right, so it is sealed, and it did maintain a lot of that metallic look to it, which I'm very satisfied with. Now the next thing that I'll do is I'm going to do a 2-stage Xenothor paint on it. And the first color that I'm going to use is this dark Prussian blue from Vallejo. I'm going to lay that down first, and after that I'm going to go in with a lighter blue, which is just a basic flat blue, and I may lighten that up a little bit with a little bit of white, and then we're going to see what it looks like. And don't forget, we are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, and once we get there, remember, I am giving away a piece for free to one of my subscribers. So we're a little over halfway there right now, and we could probably make this thing happen here in the next couple of videos if you get over there right now and subscribe to the channel. It's free, you watch the videos for free, and guess what? You could win something for free. If you're liking the builds here on the channel, one of those can be yours absolutely free. Oh man, so this turned out exactly like I was hoping it would. With that first layer, it gives it a bluish purple look from its light source. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in and I'm going to use the lighter blue to accent even further and get a lot of those highlights to come through on the tops of the symbiote and the tops of Venom itself. All right, and so the lighter blue has been applied, and I'm really liking it, guys. I'm really liking it. I think I'm gonna go a little step further and add a bit of a blue-gray to this to accent even further. I'm really digging this color. I think when I add the black shading to it, that it's really gonna stand out with all those highlights. It may not be a total Xenothor paint, but it was kind of what I was gearing towards, and it does have that purplish blue effect, which I really, really like. I love how Venom was drawn with those colors in the comics, and this is exactly what I'm looking for. So all right, everybody, this is the blue or gray blue that I'm going to use for the final coat on it. And I did not clean out my pot, so I just added a little bit to it. And what I'm aiming to do here is I just really want to just capture a lot of the light source going into the model. And but I'm not going to put this on heavy like the other two coats because I really want it to stand out when I do the shading. All right, so this is the final coat put on here, and it turned out pretty well. I think I'm going to go in and do some shading now before I start on the teeth and the emblem on the chest and everything, and with the mouth and all that stuff. I'm going to do some shading, clean this up a little bit, bring out some more of those highlights, but I'm really liking the bluish, purplish type shading with that. I'm not sure if this is a true Xenothor paint job, but I love it. I think it's going to turn out really well, and let's bring out some of those highlights in it. Now, one of the last things I did was made up my own little secret sauce of a little bit of a clear blue and a little bit of a dark gray-ish blue, and yeah, it really turned out really well. So now I'm going to seal it again, and then we're going to start on the highlights, the white, the eyes, the teeth, the mouths, and everything else. This is it before completion. I'm going to do some more shading, and we're almost done. And the only thing to do now is put the gloss coat on the mouth, or the mouths, the tongue, and all of these teeth. Lots and lots of teeth. Well, thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you get in on the 1K giveaway. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give away a free statue. It could be yours. One of these, that Venom right there could be yours. So go in and hit that subscribe button right now and get in on the action. And until the next time, guys, thank you for the support of the channel. I appreciate it very much. We're growing a little bit at a time. We're almost there to the 1K giveaway. And everybody be safe. And until the next time, we'll see ya.